Hello guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you are new here, thank you so much for clicking into this video. And I can guarantee you've clicked into the right video if you are looking for an honest and very in-depth first impressions that turns into a full week review of the brand new Tilbury Beautiful Skin Foundation. So I'm very excited to share my thoughts on this. The second I got this in a PR box, I was so keen to just film straight away and upload a video. And then I thought, with the foundation, your first impressions aren't always accurate. Your accurate thoughts of it long term. So I have a first impressions in this video, I have an impressions after the first few hours, I have impressions after a full day, and then I'm going to give you my thoughts at the end of the video of how I got on with this foundation after wearing it for a week. So this video really covers everything from the different shades, how it goes on, how it wears, what you should wear under it, over it, the different textures and coverages you can get from this foundation. So make sure to keep on watching because this one will definitely help you if you are interested in buying it. Right, so today I woke up and this was at my door, a Tilbury pure package, which still blows my mind. I'm like, how has this happened? And when I opened it, there is 2 shades of their brand new foundation, which is called the Beautiful Skin Foundation for your best healthy looking skin every day. Skin looks more radiant by up to 285%, long lasting, pollution defense. Oh, pollution defense is a really interesting trait of this because that's really good for like preventing like maskne and stuff and bacteria on your face when you're wearing a mask. So I'm really looking forward to trying it. I have, oh, they're both in the same color, 7 warm jade. I don't even know how to pronounce this word, but I don't want to say it wrong because that could be questionable. So it's 7 warm something. And then also in this package, wait till you see these, they're so cute. I got minis of the magic serum, a little teeny weeny one, and a mini magic cream. Like, they're so small and cute. Just give you an idea of my skin. I have really dry and dehydrated skin. Now, not dry as in like flaky, but definitely very dehydrated. Like, I have to put on moisturizer twice if not 3 times a day, and like it gets really sore when I come out of the shower. When I used to work on counter, that's always how I used to describe dehydrated skin to people. I'm like, it's not flaky or sore, but when you come out of the shower, it's tight. You feel like you can barely move. So that's more dehydrated. So need to lash on that moisturizer and drink the water. So it comes in 30 beautiful shades. I'm really looking forward to trying it. I've seen a lot of people comparing it to It Cosmetics CC cream, and other people have actually compared it to the Sculpted by Amy foundation. So I will let you know my thoughts on it. And what's in it? New Rose Complex, Coconut Extract, Bix Active, Hyaluronic Acid, Hyaluronic Smooth, CT Pollution Defense Complex. Like, this looks all very scientifical. And it's £39 or €40, which is expensive for a foundation, but I'm looking forward to trying it. Results you see and believe. Skin looks incredibly plump and smooth by 181%, beautifully hydrated, radiant, more statistics, over 90% of people agree that it improves the appearance of skin with each wear. That's really interesting because I have one foundation, the Clinique Beyond Perfection, that has that claim too, and I can 110% agree that that actually is true. Like, it's my go-to foundation if my skin is acting up, if it's sore, if it's irritated, if it's red, or if I have a spot. I can literally wear that foundation and the spot will like go away over time. Whereas usually if you have a breakout or irritated skin, people are like, whatever you do, don't wear makeup. But with the Clinique, I think that with all the Clinique foundations, they have that property because it's like a skincare foundation. So I'm excited to see if this is actually true. Minimizes the appearance of pores and minimizes the appearance of pigmentation and dark spots. Right, let's get straight into it. So first of all, I need to roll up my sleeves. This is the Magic Cream. Now, I probably shouldn't use this. I don't use it in a lot, like in bulk, but I actually have like a low-key allergy to this. It has shea butter in it, which gives me like little white dots underneath my skin, and it's quite heavy, so it kind of clogs my pores even though I'm like dehydrated. But sometimes I can use it occasionally and it's fine, but I just can't use it every day. So I can use it here, and it's really, like, you know what, it's actually, it feels like a face spa when you're putting it on. It's really luxurious. It's like enjoyable to put on. But yeah, I've had like some irritations from it, but with the light one then I'm fine. So it might be that there's like less shea butter in the other one or something like that. But I actually haven't tried this one in ages, so maybe my skin will react differently to it. I also put on a tiny bit of my go-to Clinique Dramatically Different underneath my skin just when I came out of the shower a while ago. Underneath this one, I mean, not underneath my skin. So I have a little bit of both, so it's not going to affect the application of the foundation by any means. And then I'm just going to rub it in nicely with my hands, give myself a little massage. Gorge. So that's the serum. These would be so cute for like traveling when you don't want to bring your big ones. I will link all of these products below as well, guys. My forehead's actually like the driest part of my face because my fringe is always sitting on top of it, so I like sometimes forget to give it as much hydration and kind of TLC as the rest of my face. So I need to get that nice in my forehead. I'm hoping this one will be okay, but I also do have on a polo neck and my tan's kind of faded. It was nice at the start of the week, but now, okay, this is going to be too dark for me. I'm going to have to mix this in with a bit of concealer. But that's just because I said I wanted a dark tan one and I have like no tan on now. So I will just do a small bit. I saw on other people's reviews, actually I'm going to put some on the back of my hand. I saw on other people's reviews that like it goes a long way. It's definitely not like a light to sheer coverage. It's more like a medium. And like 2 pumps would do your whole face. So let's just start off. This was like a pump and a half. But it's definitely, oh, it's a really nice colour for when I actually do have a dark tan on. It's like a mixture between neutral and kind of olive. Look at this colour of my hands next to even my wrist. Let's see how it applies and if it oxidizes. I'll be back in a few hours to fill you in on how it wore. I'm just going to get some on a foundation brush and buff it in. Oh my god, it feels really nice going on. It feels not watery and not gel-like, but it has kind of like a tug to it, if you like. It has kind of a bit of resistance, which is nice. It's not thick by any means. It nearly feels like not sticky either, but it's a kind of an unusual feel for a foundation. You know what, now that I say it, it does kind of feel like the It Cosmetics one. It's kind of like a mixture between a gel and a cream nearly. This colour is actually really nice. Obviously not next to my hand, but it's making my skin look gorge. And it's definitely more, well, I should be looking in the mirror, not just in the viewfinder, just in case the viewfinder's playing tricks on me. Okay, it's more full coverage than I was expecting it to be, but it's not full coverage, so it's kind of like a medium. But I think when I originally saw it, and again, this depends on how much you put on, like it's definitely buildable. You could bring this up to medium to full easily, or if I put on 1 pump for my whole face and mix it in with some oil, I could really sheer it out. But it's really beautiful. The colour is really like unique. It's like a perfect tan colour. Like looking in the mirror here now, you know, sometimes with tanned foundations, sometimes they're too yellow, sometimes they're too greeny olive, sometimes they're too literally bright orange. I can tell already that this is going to photograph really well, that there won't be any flashback or anything in it. And it's definitely not like a wet look. It kind of reminds me like it's more like a natural kind of a satin. I know it looks a bit more shiny here now with the lights on, but let's even turn down the lights a bit. That might make it look more shiny. It's like not as dewy as other dewy foundations I have, so I don't know if I would call it a dewy, like as in a wet look foundation, which some people might like, because sometimes I'm literally so dewy, like if I put my hand up against my face it'll come off on me, and my dad's like, you look so sweaty. But this is more like a natural, it's really beautiful. It's like the perfect amount of dewy rather than that kind of wet sweaty look. I feel like this was kind of like on my skin anyway. Like I said, when I put on foundation, my skin is so dry it kind of sucks any bit of moisture out of it, but it's nearly self-setting for me. Like I definitely won't need to put powder on it, whereas when I wear other really dewy foundations, I definitely do. If I don't want to look like wet and sweaty, like I'll put some on my T-zone. Now I probably will do a tiny bit on my T-zone, but like my cheeks definitely aren't looking dewy. They're looking quite fresh. It kind of, you know the way your skin looks when you've no foundation on. It's like, it's not matte, but it's not dewy. It's just kind of like there. It's kind of like that, but it's like your skin but better sort of a look. It's not like you have loads of makeup on and you're super shiny. It's not like you've loads of makeup on and you're super cakey or dry. It's just kind of perfect. Like so many dewy foundations. I can't wear matte at all. So this is kind of like a nice in between for me. I feel like it definitely will last well as well. Okay, so that is what we're looking at. This colour is beautiful. I'll definitely pop in a picture of how it looks in a picture because I don't think it's showing right up against this camera. Okay, I just run upstairs and put some tan on my hands so that it wouldn't be so drastic. And now after leaving my skin dry a little bit, so like obviously with our initial application it was a little bit more dewy. Now I'm not really seeing much dewiness at all. I actually don't think I would call it a dewy foundation, guys. And like I said, maybe this is just because it's on my skin that's very dry and dehydrated, and it would definitely be more dewy on like oily skin or normal. Well, that's what I'm thinking. But I really like it. I don't know if I nearly prefer it to a dewy foundation, but I just don't know why they're calling it dewy. I think it makes your skin look healthier, definitely, brighter, better, yes, but I just don't think I'd call it dewy. It is like a natural satin kind of a finish. Like the only place I'm getting any bit of shine is off my chin, or sorry, off my forehead and my cheeks, but like the rest of it I don't think I would call it dewy. Especially as time is going on, I feel like it's kind of nearly setting a bit. It definitely has a bit of a self-set in it for me anyway. I just want to show you there how my skin looks when I put a cream blusher on. It's not actually a dewy one, but it's added a nice bit of colour and a bit of sheen. And now I'm going to add on the Pink Gasm from Charlotte Tilbury just to show you that this foundation obviously can be dewy by the products you put on over and under, and depending on your own skin type as well and texture, it's going to look different on everyone. So if you're watching videos now and some people are saying it's very drying, some people are saying it's very dewy, other people might say it's very full coverage, other people might say it's very sheer. It all depends on how it's applied, what goes under, what goes over, on the skin type that it's going on. But I genuinely do think this could be a new foundation favourite of mine. Like, I don't think I've ever actually tried a foundation like this before. It is giving me kind of a similarity to NARS Sheer Glow in the fact that that natural kind of satin finish, because I even remember the first time I tried NARS Sheer Glow, I was like, why are they calling it sheer glow when it's like medium to full coverage and not glowy? It's like a satin, kind of a semi-matte natural finish. I'm feeling kind of the same about this, but this isn't as matte as that. And again, some people do think sheer glow is sheer and glowy, but I really like this. I think it's like the perfect happy medium. I definitely understand why it's called beautiful skin or perfect skin, because it does give you like, it looks like no makeup, your own skin but better sort of a look. And I think I really like that, because obviously when I do dewy, I go dewy. So maybe I prefer this like more natural, not so sweaty look. But I am gonna have to use a little bit of a setting powder now under my eye, just because I'm after putting on some real dewy products. But I'm really liking it. It's very comfortable too. I always have to do the eyebrow test because my forehead gets the most dry, and usually like with your lines and stuff, you can tell if the foundation is too drying for you. If you like move and you have lines around your face, or if you have too much powder on, this can happen as well. And I'm doing the line test and it's not feeling like it's getting stuck or anything, so I'm really liking it. And then also we have to see longevity. Okay, so after finishing my face now, putting on my lips, my cheeks, my eyes, and I actually think this could possibly be my favourite eye look I've ever done. I'll do a separate tutorial on this. But guys, by the time I got to like finishing my face and setting with powder, I actually don't even think it needs any powder. Like underneath my eyes, like, and usually I would always set under my eyes, it nearly feels like it's after self-setting. I feel like I have absolutely no makeup on. And I feel like if I didn't have so much eye makeup and blusher on, it would look like it too. Time is it? It's like 4:30, so makeup is on. It nearly set itself as I was doing the rest of my makeup, and now I'm going to go out and I will let you know how it survives wearing a mask, going inside and outside, air conditioning to wind and rain or whatever else is outside. So let's see how it lasts. Usually with foundations I don't really have much of an issue. Kind of around my mouth disappears from like eating and masks and stuff. I get sometimes some redness or dryness around my nose, but not that rarely, and sometimes my forehead might go a bit patchy, but I don't get any oiliness anywhere, and I don't get any extreme dry patches, so it'll be interesting to see how this one holds up. Hey guys, I'm just back, so I'm ready to do another check-in, and the first thing I've noticed is what is going on between my eyebrows. Now I did get them waxed a few days ago, but not like yesterday or anything. It seems to really be clinging there. I noticed it also went quite patchy on my forehead, but I was wearing a beanie and took it on and off a few times. And then, like, as I expected, what always happens when you wear a mask, no makeup is completely mask proof. So that's really weird. But that's like after clinging all around here. But I just got like some lines. It took off kind of basically a little bit of everywhere where there was a mask. I just topped up my lipstick because I had major foundation lips. But other than that, it's actually lasted quite well. And I feel like a good thing about this foundation is because it's quite creamy, you could actually top it up over what you have on. Even if you have a bit of powder on, I would just mix it in with some Fix Plus to kind of douse it, is that what you would say? Just so to kind of melt it into the skin. But I'm really confused about what's happening here. Like, my forehead and between my eyes looks a bit questionable. But anyway, the rest of it I'm quite happy with. And like, I'm used to my makeup kind of fading in those places, especially when I have a mask or a hat on or whatever. You know what, I actually might wear it again tomorrow for a full day, starting early, and do like a more natural look so that we can compare the two, like a full face of like going out makeup versus like a very casual everyday makeup, and see how it lasts all day. So I actually might check back in tomorrow. We'll do another little aspect and see how we get on tomorrow, so that we can really give it a true review of two different looks on the same skin type on 2 different days, and see if we have any overlaps or comparisons or differences, especially when tomorrow I'll be wearing it for the whole day, going out on a walk, probably go to the beach, go on my scooter, whatever, mask on, mask off, hat on, hat off, and I'll do more of a natural makeup, so less face product, less eyes, less everything, and we see how it looks and fades then. Hey guys, it's now Monday and I'm trying out the foundation again, but has a more natural kind of a look, so I'm excited to see how it's going to fade through the day. Now I'm just going to be kind of at home, so I'm not going to be wearing a mask or anything, but let's just see how this is going to fade by wearing less makeup in general over and under it. I've like no powder on or anything, and the colour is looking really good. This is in complete natural daylight, and the other clips were later on in the evening in front of a ring light, so this is a really kind of accurate representation. And then I just blended it in my neck because it is a little bit dark for me, with like not a dark tan on. But I'm really liking it so far. The other night I definitely realised that it went a little bit patchy on my forehead, but there was no like dryness, there was no major oiliness, so it does wear really nicely. And today it's looking a little bit more dewy because I put a lot of kind of dewy products across my face. So but you can see here where there's none, it's kind of more of a satin velvety kind of a finish. So I'm interested to see how it will compare to wearing today, being at home, not wearing a mask or a hat and stuff. I might go out for a walk and wear it, so we'll see what kind of elements it can go against when I'm wearing it more natural. Okay guys, I just wanted to check in. It's about 2 hours since I gave you your first update of the foundation and how it's wearing today. But today I have it on applied a lot lighter. I didn't do as many layers. I'm wearing it overall as a more kind of a light and more natural finish. And this is it just to show you what it looks like in front of this camera lens with this sort of a lighting. So it's a direct comparison to what I showed you the other day. And I'm actually finding that it's wearing better with less on. I also noticed the other night when I wore it out that it oxidized a good bit when I came home, and when I was taking it off it was a little bit darker than I had originally applied it. But yeah, I will keep checking in. It is now, oh my god, it's only like 20 to 3, so we have a long day ahead of us still, so I will continue to check in and give you updates. It is now like 8 o'clock, so I'm looking fairly dishevelled, but it definitely faded but didn't come off like patchy in the forehead or anything, so I think that might have just been because of me and my eyebrows the other day. It seemed to fade fairly evenly all over my face. It went a little bit patchy on my cheeks, but I had my hands like this while I was like working for some of the day. But overall I'm really happy with this foundation. I love how it photographs, I love how it feels, and I actually really like how it looks, that it's not this majorly dewy foundation. It's more, like I said, this nearly makes your skin look perfect. It's like your skin but better. I just took some pictures there with the front camera, the back camera with no flash, and the back camera with flash. And it's actually, I need to add this clip in. I'm definitely enjoying it more now than my first time wearing it. And after seeing those photographs there, I'll put them in here. I'm definitely liking it more as I'm wearing it more. Like, it's the end of the week now, and this is why I planned on doing the video more spread out. And I thought it would give a more kind of honest and accurate thought process of it all. Because if I did a video after wearing it first time, I don't think I would have loved it. But after looking at those pictures there, it just photographs stunning. So hopefully that this add-in clip helped a little bit with your decision process about this foundation. So if you've gotten to the end of the video, congratulations and thank you for sticking around. But I just wanted to give you my final thoughts on this foundation. So first of all, as you can see, I'm a lot more dewy today than I was in the rest of the video, and this is because I've used no powder products. I just have on shimmery eyeshadow, a glossy lip, and the Glowgasm on my cheeks. So we have no powder going on today, and my skin is very hydrated. I've been doing a lot of masks during the week. I've been wearing this foundation now for a week straight, and I find that the more I'm wearing it, I'm kind of getting to know the texture more and kind of how to work with it. One thing I have to say about it is my love for the colour is just growing every day. It is the perfect colour for me when I have my actual tan on, the vegan tan in dark. It's just the perfect colour, and like I was saying, it definitely stayed true to the colour throughout the week. In photos it was beautiful, there was no flashback. The only thing I noticed a tiny bit one of the days was that it oxidised a bit, and that was the day I went out and I had a mask on and off. And I actually went out that night, where when I was wearing it like daytime wear and around the house, I did find that it faded. So I don't know if I would call it a long lasting foundation. But again, because I'm not really setting it with powder or wearing like an oil control primer underneath. And the day I found that it faded most, I had my hands up against my face while I was working on my desk and stuff. But overall, my thoughts on this foundation is that I really do love it because it's not too yellow, it's not too green, it's not too red. It's kind of just the perfect tanned colour, and this is number 7. In relation to how dewy it is, like I said, I'm still sticking by my original thoughts of that it's not a major dewy foundation when you wear it on its own. I think it gets more dewy by what you kind of complement it with under and over your skin. But of course, this is going to differ depending on the person who's wearing it and their skin type. At the very start of the week, my skin was quite dry and it's a little bit more hydrated now. So even at that, you can see that it's looking a little bit different. But I don't know if I would call it an actual dewy foundation. I think comparing it to my Sculpted by Amy dewy foundation, which is like half the price, it's actually a similar tube too, and I will get on to if it's worth the price. But my Sculpted by Amy dewy foundation is more dewy, gives my skin more of like a healthy glow, whereas with this, it still makes your skin look really healthy. This one's really nice in photos, and if you don't like the look of being super dewy, this one is going to be nice for you because I think it's more of a satin, not a matte by any means. I'm going to say a velvet satin, kind of a natural finish, but it is beautiful. It's really comfortable to wear on the skin as well. It definitely doesn't feel like you're wearing a lot of makeup. It kind of feels like, I keep saying, your skin but better. Like you don't feel like you have a lot of makeup on by any means, and it's definitely a really nice one. I think I'm definitely gonna keep reaching for it. I really like it. I'm gonna buy it in another colour as well, but I think I prefer it more as a daytime foundation. Throughout the week of wearing it, I definitely preferred how it lasted, how it wore, and just how comfortable it was at daytime, whereas the night when I wore it out, and like I said, I had a beanie on and off and masks and everything, but I don't know if I was mad about it the night I wore it going out. But that was also the night it was my first impression. So I'm going to continue wearing it. I'm going to continue giving you updates on it and thoughts on it over on my Instagram. But I did just think it was the best idea to wear this constantly for a week rather than uploading it and saying I hated it and not giving it a full go and kind of varying it with products. And I didn't want to upload it saying I love it, go spend €40 on it without trying it fully. But I do really like it. In relation to is it worth the money? I think this depends on a few things. I think it depends on how much money you like to spend on your foundation. I think it depends on how you want to wear it. As a daytime foundation, I really like it. As a nighttime foundation, I think you could get something better for €40. But it all comes down to your skin type and what kind of finish you want. But if you are wanting a foundation for daytime, if you're someone who's into filming videos or taking pictures, this looks absolutely stunning in photos. It really does give your skin, it makes your skin look perfect. It's like an airbrushed kind of flawless filter finish, and I heard a few people saying it's kind of like flawless filter as a foundation, and on me it definitely wasn't. It was a lot more again, not matte, it was more satin, much more satin than the flawless filter. When I wear flawless filter, my whole face is kind of like this, like super shiny, glowy, whereas when I wear this on its own with not a dewy primer underneath or a dewy products over, it was more like a satin matte or a satin natural. And the day when I wore it think it was for the whole day. I definitely found that it got a little bit drying on my forehead and around my nose, but again, I don't want to say that's because of the foundation, because the masks are really irritating my skin at the moment. I noticed one day that I got like a little bit of dryness in around my nose, which does happen to be quite often when I'm wearing a mask, so I don't want to put it down to this. But like I said, in relation to, is it worth the money? I think that this is a really hard question to answer, because that depends on yourself, how much money you like to spend on a foundation. I definitely think you can get similar ones for a cheaper price point, but this one does feel really comfortable on the skin. And I don't know if I can say that about loads of other foundations. The Clinique one I can say it about, the Sculpted by Amy one I can say it about. I'm like looking through my kit here. Sometimes with like heavy foundations like Studio Fix, or even like the NARS one that I wear for nights out, it's not as comfortable during the day. Like it does feel like you're wearing makeup, whereas with this, it was beautiful. It felt comfortable throughout the day, except for the day when my skin literally started peeling because my mask, and I was in a room with really hot kind of heating and stuff. But I think it's really hard to say if it's worth the money or not. I will keep kind of giving you my thoughts on it over on Instagram. For me, I am going to buy it. This was sent to me in PR. I'm going to buy it in a lighter shade. It's beautiful. It really is gorgeous. I could see a lot of makeup artists using this on maybe people that they're doing makeup on for ads or magazines and stuff, because it does give you this nearly like flawless skin. It gives you beautiful skin that's very photographic, and that can be hard with a dewy foundation, because sometimes with lights and stuff like here you can look very shiny, whereas this gives you that glowy, healthy look without looking wet, if that makes sense. But it is beautiful. I really like it. I am going to buy another one. And yeah, I hope that this video was helpful, giving you kind of my thoughts on it. And let me know if you've tried it or if you're planning on trying it. I can't wait to chat about it in the comments with you guys. And I can't wait to try any more products that are coming out. Someone messaged me the other day saying NARS is after coming out with a new foundation. So I must get my hands on that and do another review, because I know that you love reviews and comparison videos. I love doing them as well. So I hope it was helpful. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you appreciated that it took so long. I'm sorry that I didn't get it up sooner, but I just think with a foundation, like I have done first impressions videos in the past, but I think when it was such a hyped up one, I wanted to see if it was worth the hype and put it through a week of testing and seeing what it was like in daytime situations, in nighttime situations, what it was like the day when I was literally like this all day on my desk. So I definitely put it through a various of like different occasions and different settings and stuff. But overall, my thoughts are that I really like it, and I am going to buy one myself in a lighter shade. But yeah, I do like it, and I can't wait to hear your thoughts on it. And let me know if you've tried it. Do you think it's worth the money? Did you find a shade that was good for you, or do you not think it's worth the hype? I look forward to chatting with you in the comments, guys, and thanks a million for watching this video. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Let's see you in the next video.